Welcome to the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver.
Welcome back to another exciting edition of the Pointless Exercise Podcast. We're going to talk about the Cubs with Oleg and Praz.
How's it
Hey,
going?
guys, I don't know if you heard the exciting news, but the Bears have brought back one of their greatest former players. Jack Sanborn is returning.
Oh, I did hear that. Yeah.
In that spirit, which bum from the last couple of years should the current Cubs bring back?
Ooh.
I've got two that I think would help.
That's interesting. I got to think about that a little bit.
Let's see, for this team,
In the recent in recent history, right? So like within the last few years.
Last couple, 2, 3, 4 years, maybe.
I guess
Yeah.
sticking with the theme of guys who were amazing in preseason, like Jack Sanborn was, probably got to go Gage Workman.
Oh yeah,
Gage
I'm sure you
Workman,
can get
that's
him
good.
from the. You have to trade right with the Toledo Mud Hens.
Right.
The Tigers don't even bother with him anymore. So, he's more Toledo than Detroit these days.
Yeah.
Oleg?
Okay. I mean, I was thinking, bring back Wilson Contreras just because that'd be fun.
World
But I
Baseball
don't-
Classic champion, Wilson Contreras.
Yeah.
He even was in at the end.
Did he?
He was playing defense because they pinch ran for a rise. So Wilson was
Oh.
playing first at the end.
Interesting.
I think the perfect corollary for, is that the right, am I using that word right? For Jack Sanborn is Mike Tauchman.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
good. Yeah.
But the handsome Mark Leiter Jr.
Oh, that's a good one too.
has a
yeah.
180 RA this spring for the A's.
Oh,
Huh?
he might be their closer, huh?
That's where he's at.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Well, but yes, thank God, Jack Sanborn. Oh, I felt so good for Adam Hogue when I saw that he was back. He was bereft last year when they let him go. How could you let him go? Because that's it good. Is that what it?
Right.
He's fine. Maybe
He's fine. Yeah. If he sees the field for more than like a third of the snaps, then something's gone wrong. But he's fine out there.
Yeah.
And he knows. He didn't even play for Dennis Allen, so you can't even say he knows the system.
No. I'm surprised the Flus didn't take him to
Right.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan might have had something to say about that. Oh, what about Sanborn? No, we didn't.
Yeah, that's all right.
We try to keep the terrible players on the other teams.
He can go hang out at the substation.
That's right. Who is it? They signed some oft-injured player, and I'm like, well, this guy is screwed because the electricity running through the practice field.
Yes.
He'll never see the field. The World Baseball Classic wrapped up. An exciting 2 weeks with a championship game that we'll be remembering for a few more
Minutes.
days.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's until next Thursday. Yeah.
I think I love the idea of it was truly a fun tournament, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but I think they have to figure out a way to do it so it's not during spring training. Because I think two things happen. One, like clubs are way too protective of their players, which they should be, right? Which they should be. Like, the whole Daniel Palencia thing was kind of funny. I guess we'll get to that in a little bit. But the other thing is that I also feel that it doesn't really give some players, the at-bats that they need in spring training to get ready. Like Wilson Contreras, how many plate appearances did he get in these 2 weeks?
Yeah. Well, he played quite a bit in the pool play. He didn't
Did he?
play in the,
Still.
yeah.
Like he'd be playing a lot more. Like he'd get
Yeah, right.
probably
He'd be getting
20,
at-bats every
30
day.
more.
He didn't get, I don't know if he got a single at bat once they got to the
Yeah.
quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So I do feel like that kind of takes something away just from, the idea of just kind of the teams getting ready to play, like, cool. Like, I like that idea and I love the tournament itself is fun. But like, yeah, you gotta, it's almost like do it in like the Olympics with the NHL, just kind of do it in the middle of the season, take a couple weeks off, maybe let everybody kind of go. Like the All-Star break's already 4 days, right? 5 sometimes. Because the Sunday games get over pretty early and there's no Sunday night baseball before, right? Is there? Anyway, so the point being is that, like, why not just take every few years the middle of the season? You might know this, how does the EPL and all of the leagues in Europe, how do they handle the Euro Cup?
Well,
or
those,
whatever, whichever one is.
the Euros, they happen here, and the World Cup and the Euros are both supposed to happen in the summer. But when they had them in Qatar, it was
Yeah.
going to be too fucking hot.
Yeah.
So they actually had to take a month off
Yeah.
in the winter because that's when some genius realized, oh, we're going to the desert. Maybe we don't want to play when it's 140 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and they routinely schedule international breaks within their domestic seasons so that your favorite player can go play for their national team and get hurt, which is pretty much what happens most of the time.
Yeah.
While they try to qualify for the Euros or for the World Cup or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they handle it. My only concern would be the quality of baseball would be better if they did it in midseason.
Right.
I just think you'd have a bunch of teams who wouldn't let anybody with a nagging injury they wouldn't want to go.
Well, for sure, which is
That's
how
a good point.
NHL does it anyway, right? Like in these Olympics, there were kind of players who were like, this guy's a little hurt, don't go. But I think there's a little bit of a push-pull for the players who want to play, right, for their countries.
Yeah.
I think you could do it. Like you're right. The injury thing, especially with pitchers, is probably a lot higher. But again, like there's NHL teams who lost pretty good players in the Olympics who got hurt. So
I wonder if it would be because you're already stretched out.
Yeah.
It probably would be healthier for the pitchers to do it at midseason than it is to do it at the beginning of the season. And then they had the weird thing where the whoever insures the contracts were automatically flagging anybody who was on the 60-day IL last year. They're basically saying you're uninsurable for this tournament.
Yeah.
Automatic disqualifier if you were on the 60-day IL at any point.
So anybody who was in 60-day IL last year didn't get insured this year, so they didn't play.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
So I don't know. But yeah, then because you get, there are restrictions on the tournament has its own rules. Like you can only throw 65 pitches in the pool play, and then it goes to it goes to 75 or 80, I forget, for the quarters, and then it goes to 95, right, for the semis and the finals. Okay. But then teams put their own limitations on guys, and some guys they won't allow you to go back to back, and that apparently that Palencia had that restriction, and so the manager of Venezuela called Jed like first thing in the morning on Tuesday, and basically begged him, and they said, okay, fine, if you can only use him if it's a save situation. I'm sure they'd be like, it's not gonna be a save situation. You also got to beat him like 10-2. Yeah. And then there was Danny humping at 101 miles an hour again the day after. The day after he'd done it, and Mason Miller had the same restriction. That's why they couldn't use him in the 8th. The Padres had basically said you can use him, but only for a save. But they also have 16-man pitching staffs. Yeah, you wouldn't know it from the way Mark DeRosa managed. I mean, he would just sit there and watch guys give up runs. Like he let Matt Boyd pitch 3 innings against who was it? Mexico? No, Great Britain, whoever he pitched against. But he was giving up home runs. He's like, well, no, but he needs to. We promised the Cubs we give him 3 innings. It's like, no, fuck that. Send him to the bullpen for the rest of it. Have him go throw. Have him go play catch down there instead. There has to be some kind of.
And that's sort of the problem with spring training is that I guess it works both ways because there's, having a guy throw some pitches in the bullpen is one thing, but some game action, and that's kind of my point originally, is that it doesn't really give guys like Wilson Contreras, it doesn't give him the opportunity to get ready for the season. And so with Matt Boyd, you kind of have to throw him in game, like in spring training, he would be out there wearing it. Doesn't really matter that he gave up all the runs or whatever. Because you need to work. And so spring training obviously doesn't count.
Jameson Taillon could tell you all about that.
Yeah.
It's
gave up 10 runs in a Cactus League start.
Been a little rough for him. Although that one, whatever, that's like your classic spring training, like just getting some work in start because he gave up.
But how about get some work in when he gets some outs during the work would be fun.
Yes, I agree. But I'm just saying if he had given up 5 runs through 2 innings in the regular season, he's probably not getting sent back out for a third.
I hope not.
Yeah. Well, but that's the point, right? The regular season.
My point wasn't that. My point was it was a little alarming that when they sent him back out, he continued to get lit up as bad as he was. It's like, hey, James, you don't have to give up 3 runs every inning. I don't? Like, no, you don't. Try to get somebody out. I just think he's mad he can't wear a stocking cap when he pitches, because that's pretty much you never see him without the stocking cap anymore. He's going to start wearing a beanie on top of his cap, and that'll fix him. He'll be fine.
There's an adjustment period going from the stocking cap to the baseball cap, much like, I assume it would be with, the belt fabric. Every inning that he's got to wear.
But you talk about that, about like Wilson as an example of a guy who didn't get enough play. Yeah. You can Petecrow was supposed to be Byron Buxton's backup. And he basically outplayed him to the point where he took over center field. He didn't start the finals game because there was a lefty.
Yeah.
But as soon as they went to a righty, DeRosa put it in.
Yeah. No.
So
it would have been nice if they would have got, I guess it also then follows that they probably would have gotten more at bats if they could have gotten on base a little bit.
That's true.
More frequently.
That's true. Yeah, it was. So Alex Bregman didn't start the semifinal. They played Gunnar Henderson out of position instead.
Right.
And then he did start the final, and he got pinch hit for when his new closer, his new teammate, came in to pitch. Bregman had a very odd World Baseball Classic. He was 2 for 14.
Okay.
With 5 walks.
Oh, yeah.
He had 4 of them in one game. He had a game where he reached base 5 times without a hit.
He gets
4 walks and a hit by a pitch.
That's kind of Bregman's game, right? I mean, he's got
his slash line for the tournament: 145, 364, 214.
Wow.
Would you take that from Alex for a whole season?
No.
Huh? No, of course not.
If he's if he's leading off every game, maybe. But
no homers, 4 RBIs. I think he got 3 RBIs on a bases loaded double.
Yeah, anything less than a 400 slugging percentage is unplayable, especially for Alex Bregman.
But he only struck out once.
Yeah, that's kind of his game. Like the base hits, obviously, are the base hits, but that's kind of his thing, right? He hits the ball pretty hard. He takes a lot of walks. He's got a really good eye, and that's just who he is.
Yeah,
and great defense, and he played really good defense.
Daniel Palencia, in 5 games, pitched 5 innings.
Yeah,
he faced just 17 batters.
Wow,
so 2 over the minimum.
Wow,
that's struck out 9.
Yep.
Did not allow a hit. 1 walk and 1 hit batter.
That's getting it done for Danny P.
Man, dude, that guy's so good, man. I'm psyched.
Pretty good for a guy who, I think coming into spring training, Jesse Rogers literally questioned Craig Counsell on whether or not he was the closer. And I think there's no questions remaining there.
Yeah, I mean, after last year, you would there's a reason they didn't go out and try to get Kelly Jansen or somebody like that, right? Like, they got their closer. Like, this guy's good.
Well, they have their closer, Porter Hodge, but he's hurt.
Hurt.
So they're stuck with
That's
Palencia.
the only thing holding
by default,
back.
Fine. Palencia gets by default.
They can't go with Porter Hodge. So, ugh.
Yeah, but that guy's good. His big thing was that he couldn't throw strikes, right? He walked too many guys, and he's fixed that.
Yeah. It's funny because, he didn't close in the playoffs, but he kind of did.
In the playoffs?
In a weird way. Yeah. Palencia.
Yeah.
Because Craig kept bringing him in when there would be a mess in like the 5th or 6th inning. Danny would come in. He basically was, and Joe used to actually call Justin Grimm his middle closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grimm's whole job was in like the 6th inning, if we get in a jam, you are coming in to get us out of it.
Right.
And that's kind of how Craig used Palencia in the playoffs to good effect, other than Jackson Churio turned a neck-high fastball around for about a 600-foot homer. But other than that, Palencia was really good.
Well, I think he used Palencia like he's their best reliever.
Yeah.
And he just,
Well, he had Keller, who had an amazing second half.
Right. Keller was
and
really
who clearly sucks now. I mean, we saw him in the World Baseball Classic.
Yep. Good job getting rid of him.
He got
him at the red
got
time.
out of that just in time. They lost the Italy game in no small part because a routine grounder back to the mound, Keller turned around, fired it into center field.
Yeah.
That was going to be double play. They're going to be down 5-0. So it was 8-0 by the time he got off the mound. And they were joking about how pitchers field so well in the in the World Baseball Classic because they would do nothing but fielding practice for the 3 weeks before they get there.
Right.
Apparently, the Phillies, you would think with Orion Kirkring, that would be an emphasis.
Yeah.
Apparently not. Maybe Orion was taking all. Maybe he was taking all of the PS.
Yeah. He's like, nobody else do anything.
Right.
Orion, you're out there for an hour.
Yep. You're the only pitcher that needs to work on your fielding.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Danny's good, man. That guy throws heat. He's got a heck. What's the off-speed pitch he's got? What does he throw? Curveball, a slider, whatever.
He threw. They had him down with a splitter and a slider, and the second pitch he threw to Roman Anthony, according to the broadcast, was a splitter, and that thing broke.
Oh man!
It was coming right at Roman, and all of a sudden it was like easily a strike. Roman's like backing up. It was a great pitch. So as long as he didn't leave his arm on the mound in Miami,
it seems to be okay. But that could happen at any point anyway, right? Like it doesn't really matter. The funniest thing was when they were talking about Nolan McLean. Oh, and I got one other thing. McLean never hit 98 miles an hour last year, and after the second inning, he was at 7 pitches over 98.
Yeah.
That is one.
Am I the one who noticed? Was his flag on his sleeve backwards?
Palencia's?
So did they do the thing where
McLean's?
Do they do the thing like they do? Sponsor patches on big league jerseys vary based on whether you're right or left-handed.
Okay.
So that a pitcher, they put it on the arm that is most likely to face the camera.
Yeah.
This is a real thing. So so a right-handed pitcher, they put it on his left shoulder because that's going to face the catcher. On a left-handed batter, they put it on the right one. So I think they did that with the Capital One. The American flag is only supposed to go in one direction. So if they put it on that other one, it always goes the same way. So if it's on whichever sleeve, it's going to look backwards. They do it on purpose. They do it on. You'll see it when if they put the flag on both sides of a hat. It's the same thing. It's going the same direction both ways, but it looks backwards one of the two ways.
I see. Okay. But McLean's a righty, right?
Well, I'm saying it must have been right-handed players all had the flag it would be on the right side, right? The flag is never supposed to go. Is never supposed to fly backwards.
Yeah.
It's always
unless you're in
distress,
pointed, but
stripes forward.
Yeah. But that looked because
we know how much Team USA how they revere that flag. They would never wear it like clothing.
That's true. We got to honor that flag code.
Good Lord. And then Bryce with the home run where he stopped at third base and saluted.
Yeah.
And then pointed at the flag. It's like, fucker, if you want to go play Army, there's a war going on in Iran right now. Go sign up. Otherwise, just play baseball. That was the thing I wrote about today is why is it no other team, like the Italians, right? This Italian, which was a great story, this really fun team, like people who didn't know the Pasquatch now realize he's like the coolest guy.
Yeah.
And did any of them talk about we're doing this to represent the Italian military? Like, no, we're the only country that does that shit. Everybody else is like valuing, is trying to play for the people of their country.
Yeah.
The United States, our default is we're doing this for the troops.
Yeah, it's our nationalism.
Why?
Yeah. It's over the top. It's competitive patriotism. I'm more patriotic than you are.
And it's, in my mind, the U.S. had two guys who could do it. They were allowed Griffin Jacks because he's an Air Force Academy grad.
Yep.
Paul Skeens gets to do it half the time.
Yeah, half the time.
Because he started off at the Air Force, and then when he realized, holy shit, I can make a lot of money as a pitcher, he went to LSU immediately, and it's a pretty good deal. Livy Dunn was there, and the whole thing worked out good for Paul.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys, and we know it from as much as we love Schwarber.
Yeah.
We saw that stuff when he was a Cub. I mean, the whole time he was rehabbing in 2016, he had those stupid American flag shorts on. Every time a fire truck would go by, he basically would try to run through the wall to go get on it and ride around the neighborhood. It's like, it's like, guys,
like
you have a baseball uniform on. You play baseball.
Yeah.
If you want to wear another uniform, go sign up for that.
Yeah.
Right.
So it really did rub people the wrong way. And I even thought, Pete was greatly responsible for them wearing the hockey jerseys before when they walked in before the game. And it would have been nice if someone had got to him and said, look, that's a really cool idea, but how about the fact that the women also won the gold medal and the sled hockey team won the gold medal? Why don't we mix in some of those?
Yeah.
So we'll represent all three. That would immediately have it would have taken the weird, the hockey team didn't exactly wrap themselves in glory.
Right.
And you're just emulating that.
Yeah.
It's like, let's diffuse this a little bit. The idea is fine.
Yeah.
But let's represent. Let's show. Look, we're gonna try to be the fourth team to win this instead of you're only worried about the men, the hockey team that counts did it. Now we're gonna do it too, which is what it certainly looked like with them wearing that. The other thing was they kept saying they were game used jerseys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got just sweaty. We're just wearing old sweaty hockey jerseys.
They probably cleaned them.
How do I know it's game used? Once you wash it, it's not game used to me anymore.
That's a good point. Like, it's the jersey that was.
He had the Jack Hughes one on, and it didn't have
Petecrow had
half
Jack
of his.
Hughes one on?
He
did. Yep. It was pretty sweet.
And it wasn't just covered in blood from having his teeth knocked out.
Right.
So
why did he have Jack Hughes?
Because he's enjoys the French language. Jack Hughes.
Jack Hughes. Plays for New Jersey.
I got that.
Hey,
maybe Jack Hughes is a big PCA fan. We just don't know.
Because Pete was going to hit the golden. Jack had the golden goal. Pete was going to hit the golden home run. He was going to walk it off in the ninth.
Yeah,
I never got to him.
I always go back to the idea that these are just kids. Like they don't know any better.
Well,
right?
some of them are. Some of these guys are kids. Some of them aren't.
True.
Yeah.
This team is full of some older guys who should fucking know better by now, and they're the worst ones. Actually, I guarantee you, the worst ones are the coaches. Like they had all-time captain of the Fun Police, Brian McCann, was a coach on that team. And I guarantee you a lot of this horse shit came. And then DeRosa, he wasn't any better. It's like, hey, we need somebody to give a pep talk. Oh, let's get the most offensive out there guy from SEAL Team 6 to come do it. The guy that everybody's like, oh, geez. Even like hard-ons are like, really? You brought him in to talk to people?
Who was it?
I don't remember the guy's name. He's the one that, like, during the last election was like going after people. If anybody who would tweet that they voted for Kamala, he would go after him and say, I'm going to make you my concubine. It was like, there's a lot of weird shit. He's a strange, I mean, a lot of those guys are. They have to be a little off.
Right.
He's more off than most. But even then, it's like, how about something a little more relevant than, it was 15 years ago, right? I'm sure his speaker fee is dropping, so maybe Mark could afford it. That was my joke afterwards when they lost. Mark was like, we should have got somebody from SEAL Team 7.
My joke about DeRosa is that after the pool play, like after he didn't know that they could still be eliminated and all that, the way that it should work is whichever team finishes last the year before has to hire Mark DeRosa as their manager
there you go.
for the next year.
Well,
right? It's like relegation in the EPL, but with managers.
Let's keep it relative to his heritage here. The lower finisher between U.S. and Italy has to stick with Mark DeRosa.
Well, no, I'm talking MLB team.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
every
MLB
team.
team.
Yes. Okay.
Every season.
How about this? How about it's like the Mark DeRosa Cup? At the end of the year, whichever one of his former teams, because there's a lot, has the worst record, he has to manage the next season.
Okay. Well, but then you might have like the teams
Cubs,
might have like
Rangers, Braves,
Cardinals. They might be.
Ooh, imagining the Cardinals would be awesome.
He was a Giant. I think he was a National. Maybe I think he finished. He was a Blue Jay. He played for a lot of teams.
Yeah,
because he was only on Team 3 when he got to the Cubs.
Yeah,
the Braves, Rangers, Cubs, and he played for a bunch after that.
Yeah.
They were going on and on. Matt Holliday was his bench coach. There's a screaming red flag right there. Gonna red flag scream? No, but
screaming.
Well, between
flag.
Holliday and McCann and Kershaw, it was just like just so problematic.
Michael Young.
I am hoping that the Dodgers retire Kershaw's number on Pride Night.
Just so he can't attend his own.
Yeah.
Somebody pointed out that the last thing he'll ever do as a professional on a baseball field, well, I guess he could come back to manage someday or whatever, was get a medal put around his neck that had a rainbow flag on the the lanyard or whatever was a
If
ring.
only.
If only.
Did you see those guys acting like the 72 Olympic basketball team? They were like taking their silver medals off. Like Mason Miller took his off as soon as he got it. Like this big, performative. Oh, they didn't play for silver. It's like, okay, look, they didn't stop the game 3 times in the last 2 seconds and let the Russians inbound the ball over and over and over again. You got fucking beat. You earned that silver medal. Wear it. They're only lucky if Team Italy doesn't beat the shit out of Mexico. They don't even get the silver medal.
Right.
They go home last week.
Huh.
Yeah, it was just they were. My biggest problem with Team USA, and it's been for a while. This team was weird though. This whole weird military thing they had going on is they put so much pressure on themselves. Like the reason they don't have fun is they're really feeling it because they feel like they have to win this. And it's like, look. It's a long time ago. It got debunked, like 4 World Baseball Classics ago. It got debunked that we automatically have the most talent.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, your fans look at this more like a curiosity. Like I watched almost every game, at least part of almost every single game of the tournament, because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not that invested in it. Like, oh my God, if Team USA has to win. Not like the Venezuela fans are about Venezuela, the Dominicans are about, and the U.S. should actually have relatively low pressure. Like, just go have fun.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
Who cares?
But they're the opposite. They just get so tight ass,
Right.
And they batted like it. The whole tournament, they really didn't hit very well at all. Even when they scored 15 runs against Great Britain, they didn't. They had like 1 run after 5 innings, and all of a sudden they went nuts on some poor, poor janitor who was,
But that's sort of the thing. I think part of it is that it's 2 things. Part of it is this over-the-top patriotism that causes them to sort of just be so tight-assed about everything anyway. But also, I think a big part of it is the coaching staff. Like, are you telling me Matt Holliday and McCann, like to your point, and James, or not James McCann?
You got a bunch of hard asses as the coaches too.
Like, they're not fun. Like, get the fuck out of here.
No.
Like, go and you're right. Like, there was a stark difference between watching the Dominican team or the Venezuelans play and watching the U.S. team play. Like, and it's not like the Venezuelans came out hitting against McLean and the U.S. team yesterday, but it was like they're clearly just way more loose. They're having way more fun, and it's just it's a blast watching it. Like,
everybody but Ronald Acuna Jr. He wanted to win that game so bad.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Because he normally is like that. Like he's kind of like the tone setter for them.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had that amazing, he leads off the game against Japan. He hits a home run.
Yeah.
Of course, then Shohei immediately matches it by leading off,
that
which
was
is
so
awesome.
much fun. That was awesome.
That was
But,
pretty
like,
epic. Yeah.
Acuna, and then, but the best part of watching them was Miguel Cabrera completely losing his shit whenever a pitch call went against them.
Oh,
Like screaming and he wouldn't stop. And it's like, oh, Jesus, Miggy.
oh, he's
But it's
Him and
funny
Victor
because
Martin.
I think the team that had the most pressure on them in the tournament was Venezuela, because if they could get to the semis, they would qualify for the Olympics. They were like the one team really playing for something other than we're going to win the exhibition thing. Like apparently there is no other tournament for them to qualify for the Olympics in. But if they made it to the semis in the World Baseball Classic, they would do it. So they had to beat or was it they get to the finals? When they beat Japan, they had to beat Japan to get in the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
That was part of what made it so like I guess it was the quarters when they beat Japan.
Yeah.
And like that's really what they were playing for. And I almost wonder if after they did that, they kind of were able to just kind of like
Loosen up
just
a little.
go for it after that. Like their mission was accomplished. They were going to the Olympics, and now it's like, well, fuck it, we might as well win the whole goddamn tournament now.
Well, that team is fun. Like even the story, like one of my favorite parts was that, and I'm sure that they had that talk beforehand, that they kept calling the Venezuelan manager by his first name.
Yeah.
They kept calling, like I think that's so much fun. That's awesome. Like, and I'm sure that they had that chat with beforehand. Like, what he wants to call you in the broadcast, whatever. And his story is kind of neat, and it's just kind of like everything is just so cool about them, and it was such a stark contrast to the U.S. team. Like I was almost kind of surprised that like those U.S. coaches or somebody in the U.S. team didn't give Harper shit for going out to shake hands and hug all the Venezuelan players.
Yeah, I wondered.
Like, congratulate them.
Right.
Yeah, Bryce had a weird tournament because he was like, well, he struggled for most of it. Obviously, though, he is, and we know it from watching him in the playoffs. He's one of the best clutch baseball players.
He's
of all
amazing.
time.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
And so it was
Yeah,
really
he just-
not. The guy made a terrible pitch to him. Bryce was not going to miss that. He destroyed it. He had some weird moments, but then he also had some of the cooler moments. Like he really did seem to like. I think he understood he was part of the whole Johnny Hard-ass thing, but he to a lesser degree than some of the other guys were, to the point where he wanted to have some fun at the tournament.
Yeah.
And because he'd never been able to play in it before for various reasons, he was always hurt whenever they would have one. It would be, and then he did the classy thing, which was he popped back out to,
And he waited a while because he didn't do it right away.
Well, it was funny. The U.S. team got trapped on the field for a while because they had to wait to get their silver medals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then Manfred was taking so long. He was like talking to every individual player, which was nice, I guess.
Yeah.
I was so hoping for some like big controversial moment while Harper was getting his medal from
starts yelling. Because Bryce famously yelled at him in the clubhouse when he came to basically talk, get everybody ready for the lockout last year was basically what Rob was doing. But they were kind of trapped out there, and they looked so uncomfortable just standing there.
But that's part of it. It's like if they would have just had fun, like it would have been just fun. Like does it really mean anything? Like it's the Olympics or the Olympics. I get that, but like this is just some weird ass exhibition tournament. Like
it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun,
right?
And every team treats it that way except for ours.
Except the team,
for no good reason.
Yeah.
But
I will say this: it's now I do like I want to catch a game down somewhere in Latin America. Like I don't know if it's going to be in Mexico or DR, wherever. Like I would love to catch a game down there because that is just a fun atmosphere. The fans were fun in Miami. Like it was just cool as shit.
Manfred, I think on the pregame on MLB Network before the championship game said, Major League Baseball and somebody in the Dominican have come up with a plan. They want to build a Major League Baseball caliber stadium in the Dominican.
Okay.
And they will play regular season games in the Dominican once it's done. Like they'll send teams, kind of like the NFL sends teams all over.
Yeah.
They'll send teams to the Dominican to play, which would be really cool.
That would be cool.
And they could go back to Puerto Rico now because they spent a bunch of money to fix up Hiram Bitorn Stadium, although it has that weird turf infield that only has the dirt right around the bases, and it has like the brown turf to make it look like it's like, oh, you can't grow grass in San Juan, Puerto Rico? Really? It's that tough? I don't know.
But that'll be cool. That'd be fun. Like, but I want to get that. Like, it just looks like such a and the Asian teams were having a blast. It was just
funny.
Man, all the chants for like Seiya and everything was amazing. That was awesome.
I kind of felt bad. So both Korea and Japan flew all the way to Miami and got bounced after one game. It's like that's a long flight to play one game and go home. Of course, half of both of those teams just reported to spring training.
True.
So it's not quite.
And I'm sure that they weren't flying coach.
I don't know. I think the Koreans had to come over in a rickshaw. How culturally insensitive was that? That's not even probably Korea. That's probably like
it's
probably Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell the difference. Go troops. That's
Thank
me.
you.
Being,
Thank you.
Yeah, that's me. I'm only here to support the troops. As Ray Redo said, the Americans went out and lost one for the troops. Oh. Well, now we get back to boring Cactus League baseball for a little while.
Yeah.
But not that long.
We've got a little bit of excitement. Right? Like, who the fuck knows what's going on with Seiya's knee?
Well, we do know. He has a strained posterior cruciate ligament.
Now, first was a sprain, then it was a strain.
It's a sprain. Because a
sprain
is a strain. And they're both a tear.
Right. Both
Are
partial tears. Yeah. Yep.
It's a partial tear. Now, I know that it's equivalent. I have torn both of my PCLs.
Oh, you have?
And it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Like, I was worried about it when I did I did the first one, didn't really know what I did. Second one, I was playing basketball, and I was at the college that I was working at. So I was friends with the trainer, and I had her look at my knee, and she's like, "Oh, you tore your PCL." And I'm like, "Oh," she's like, "It's not a big deal." She was just have to wait until it doesn't hurt, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. So
that's why they're saying Seiya can continue to work out. He just has to be smart about it, and when it starts to hurt, back off
Right.
If unless they, I mean, it is the Cubs doctors, so they could have read it completely wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If that's
I'm worried
really
about.
what is wrong with him, if that's really what is wrong with him, it's truly not a big deal. And it kind of makes sense because the ways you hurt your PCL, the most common way to hurt your PCL is to be in a car accident.
Oh.
Because like when they call it the dashboard injury, because when your knee smacks into the dashboard, the way that like the way the energy is dissipated, it pushes back on the knee, and it puts strain on the PCL, and people tear their PCLs in car accidents. And so it made sense because like, how do you hurt your knee? How do you hurt your knee diving headfirst into a base? Well, he landed on his knee somehow perfectly wrong.
That would make
Did
sense.
he
Yeah.
first? I thought he
slid head first.
No, it was head
And
first.
as he landed,
and
as he landed, he somehow hit his knee just right, and it sent a shock up the back, and it strained that ligament, and that's why he. Because looking at the replay, it's like, well, I guess you can tear your ACL doing pretty much anything. It's like that's not how you tear an ACL,
right?
So it's like, well, what did he do? Like, I was worried that he like tore his patella tendon.
Yeah. Oh God, the isotropial injury.
Yeah.
I thought like wasn't
say I wouldn't be able to play left tackle for the Bears either. And he's fourth on the depth chart right now.
Probably.
Yeah, that's true.
He who was it? Was it Hines Ward who played his whole NFL season without either ACL?
Somebody.
Am I making shit up?
Possibly.
No, somebody doesn't have them. Like
I thought it was Hines Ward.
Like R.A. Dickey didn't have an ulnar collateral ligament.
Yeah, he didn't have a UCL.
That right?
That's right. Yep. I remember hearing
There's
that.
somebody who didn't have an ACL.
I thought it was Hines Ward, and I thought it was both of them. Like I thought it was both knees, because I've torn my ACL in both knees, and then I re-ruptured my ACL in my knee after it got fixed because I came back like to do CrossFit like 4 months after the surgery, and I was an idiot.
Jeez.
So I re-ruptured my ACL, but it was very like. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, I never got it fixed again. I mean, I've got bigger problems with my knees than that, but I don't think it's.
You're right. Hines Ward and John Elway.
Oh, John Elway didn't have ACLs?
Jeez.
Wow.
Didn't have an ACL. I don't know if he didn't have both, but it says, and Odell Beckham, but they're counting Odell playing. Odell must have had one because didn't he tear one in the Super Bowl?
No, yeah, isn't that right?
For the Rams? I think he did.
Yeah.
But then maybe he didn't have one in one, and he did have in the other. Oh, no, it says OBJ played the entire 21 season without an ACL, and then he hurt his knee. He must hurt his knee because he didn't have it, but I don't know. But yeah, there are people that are born without stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
Right.
Like my sister only has 31 teeth. And they literally, so she wore braces for a very long, like she has perfect teeth now, although she's missing one. She just never had it, to the point where her orthodontist was like, so he's like, it's here somewhere. He did a full head x-ray. Cause he's like, you have the tooth somewhere. It just must not be in your mouth. And he was looking for it. He couldn't find it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He said they find him all kinds of weird places and I'm show up on an x-ray.
I've got 4 extra teeth hidden beneath my gums in my upper. And I've got 2 hidden beneath
Like
my
a
gums
shark.
in my lower jaw.
Oh, jeez.
And one of them is kind of coming out, so I can kind of feel it in my mouth. It's really weird. Like it's way under my teeth. I can't show you where it is. It's inside my mouth, down in there. It's really, it's weird.
All right, Oleg,
apparently the
open your
reason why
mouth,
go to
say come to the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I go to a new dentist and they take an x-ray, they're like,
what
what the hell's going on?
is this, you freak?
Yeah.
So I remember the orthodontist telling my sister, he's like, we could pull one of your teeth. We could pull one of your lowers, and then we could be very easy to line your teeth up. He said, but I don't do that. Why would I don't want to pull a perfectly healthy tooth.
Yeah.
So she had to wear braces like all through high school to get that, because you got to get, to get her bite lined up without the tooth.
Oh, I see.
But he said the easiest way to do it would have been to pull another one, and then basically your body kind of like fills it in somehow.
Yeah.
Let's go full orthodontic talk. They broke my palate. to give me
Oh.
more room for my teeth in the top. So when I was a freshman in high school, I had to do this. So they put a spreader in. It gets cemented in like a permanent retainer, and it has
Okay.
a little hole in the top, and I had a key, like a little,
Okay.
like look like like a pump to a,
Yeah.
and every night I would have to push this, find the hole, stick
Yep.
it in, and then crank it.
Yep.
And it would very slowly
Yeah.
move my thing. And so when it started to get tight, every time I did it, I would get this like sharp, not a pain, just like pressure right between my nose and my sinuses. It
Yeah.
would go away after a few seconds. And then one day, and he told me this would happen, I put it in there and it was just swinging. It was broken. It had broken.
Oh.
You have
Oh,
no nerve
shit.
endings in the roof of your mouth, so you don't feel it, and it cracks. And then I had to go in, and he cemented the thing in. He filled it in so food wouldn't get stuck up in there anymore or whatever. And he waited, I don't know how long, and your body fills in the gap.
Oh, wow.
And then he took
Yeah.
it out, and then he put braces on.
Yeah.
So I had enough room for all my teeth. Because it was a different orthodontist. He didn't want to pull any teeth either.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to me too, sort of. Sorry, were you done with your story?
Well, I'll just say the one thing I didn't like was I was like a junior in high school, and when I did it, then I had this David Letterman gap between
Okay.
my front teeth because now there was room. It pulled them apart. So I was very attractive for a while. But you could tell then when it started to fill in because my gap started to close.
Yeah.
And then not all the way, but then the braces closed it up completely.
Yeah. What happened to me was when I lost my 2 front teeth, like the teeth kind of grew close so the teeth couldn't come in. So I had to go and get it separated a little bit and then have some surgery to get the gums removed, and those teeth came down.
Jeez.
And then I ended up having a bike accident after opening day at Wrigley Field and fell over my handlebars and cracked those 2 teeth anyway.
Oh,
You and
man.
You and Chris Spire.
Yeah.
We determined
back
that
to
Chris
last
was
episode,
I
I
was
think.
on a motorcycle, not a bike.
Yeah.
A bike
Yeah.
would have been a lot funnier, but still.
Mhm. Man.
It was kind of funny. I went over my handle, like I was kind of drunk, and it was a nice day. It was 2004, I want to say 2004 opening day. And I want to say car, like I feel like a car may have kind of cut me off a little bit, and I kind of went into the curb and hit the curb and went over my handlebars, and a crowd forms. I'm like, I'm all right, I'm going to go. And some lady goes, no, you're not going anywhere. I just called the ambulance. Like I had blood gushing out of my teeth and stuff. Like she's like, you're not going anywhere.
Were you at least close to the firehouse? So,
I know I was. It was
Everything could
on.
be quick, yeah.
I don't know if it was Southport or Ashland, but it was. Yeah,
okay.
it was for the West County. It wasn't that far. Like I think I was living up in Lincoln Square at the time. Like everything's within a few miles, so it wasn't that big a deal. But it was like the lady was like, "You're not going anywhere." All right.
When I was a freshman in high school, I was riding my bike, and I was going to one of my friends' houses, and I had a duffel bag. I was going to spend the night, so I had like a duffel bag with stuff, and I had it slung over my shoulder, and I got to doing something, and it started to like drop, and I wasn't really paying attention, and it came down, and it got stuck, and it just flipped me. It got stuck in the rear tire, and it threw me over the thing, and I landed, and I cut my hand up, and I was bleeding, and I showed up at his house, and his mom was a nurse, so she's like cleaning my wounds. Then I show up for baseball the next day, and the coach is like, Jesus Christ. So he said, well, he goes, can you throw? Because my right hand was just like gashed still. I'm like, well, it's not great. And he's like, all right, well, I had been playing third base. He sent me to left field. So I went to play left field for a few games, which I loved. I never got to play the outfield before. I swear, this sounds like I threw out 2 guys at home plate in my first game in left field.
So
I'm never leaving left field.
Yeah.
You in that state would be a better left fielder than Ian Happ.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, they were running on me.
Right. They saw
just like
your
Alfonso
hand.
Soriano. They were running on me.
Right.
I think I've told this story. So that was during that time. I got to play outfield for like a month, which was fun because I'd always been an infielder. I'd never played outfield before. And my buddy Nick was the center fielder, and he's left-handed. And we would get bored, and sometimes between innings we would switch gloves.
Oh.
And we would play catch. I would throw left hand, and he would throw right hand, and we'd play catch that way. And we were sitting on the bench, and we were up by like, I don't know, 8 or 9 runs. And I'm like, I go, hey, when we switch gloves, let's just play a whole inning that way. And he's like, no, he said, I can't, if the ball's hit to me, I'm not going to be able to make a throw right-handed. Come on, let's put a little challenge to it. And he's like, okay, fine.
God.
So we're out there, and I've got Nick's glove on. And there's a runner on first, and we're starting to get nervous. We're kind of looking at each other like, should we just like switch gloves?
Yeah.
Line drive hit to me. I come in on it, go to try to catch it with my wrong hand. It drops in front of me. I scoop it up. I threw the guy out at third base, left-handed.
Oh, get the fuck out.
Nice.
And the only person who noticed was my dad. And he was so pissed.
I would be too. Are you fucking kidding?
Yep. Because right after that, we're doing and it was the end of the inning. We switched back and we didn't say a thing. And after the game, he's like, what was that horse shit with you throwing left-handed the outfield?
How did your coach not
Nicely
notice?
done.
Like right away.
I didn't think anybody noticed that. I thought it looked good. He's like, yeah, it looked very smooth. So apparently in my mind, I had like made this perfect, but apparently it looked like, it got there though.
Jeez.
No.
I also switch hit in a game one time. I always wanted to do it. I was left-handed batter. I always wanted to hit right-handed in the game. And we would very rarely ever see a left-handed pitcher. And it was getting towards the end of the season. I'm like, fuck, I'm just going to do it. So against a right-hander, I batted right-handed. And he was so pissed. He was yelling at me during my at-bat. Get the other batter's box. What are you doing? And it's like, he's not a coach. He's just my dad in the stands screaming at me. I'm like, oh. So I struck out and went right back to the dugout. Like, oh.
See, this was the exact opposite of a Little League experience for me, where I think I got to like, I don't know, 6th or 7th grade, and I had this hard-ass Little League coach who like expected everyone to like be super skilled and everything. And he would want us, like, if we were in a spot where a bunt was, useful, he would want guys who normally hit right-handed to hit left-handed so that we'd be, have the closer running lane to first base. And, like, I could not do that for the life of me. I was right-handed everything. And, yeah.
That is some galaxy brain shit.
Yeah, it is.
Bad left-handed, you get extra quicker stuff but I can't hit. I can't bunt.
I played on a Little League team with Ryan Hoover, who ended up playing basketball at Notre Dame.
Okay.
I believe he was the all-time. When he left, he played with Brooks Boyer. They were the backcourt.
Oh wow,
the White Sox like PR
yeah,
whatever. And Ryan, I believe, was Notre Dame's all-time 3-point. Had made the most 3-pointers in Notre Dame history when he left. But anyway, he was he was an awesome kid. And we were playing a game, and he was batting second, I was batting third. First guy gets on. He gets in the box. He looks down. Manager gives him a sign. Ryan kind of backs out of the box and looks at him. Manager gives him the same sign. He's like, okay. So Ryan bunts. And he beats it out. So runners are first and second. I come up. I look down. I get the sign. I'm like, what the? Okay, fine. So I bunted. I beat it out. Bases are loaded. We ended up scoring 2 or 3 runs at the inning. We come over. The manager grabs us on the way out the field. What are you guys bunting? He's like, because you gave us the bunt sign. He's like, no, I didn't. I gave you the hit and run sign. This is the bunt sign. Ryan and I both look at him and go, no, that's the bunt sign. And he's like, oh, all right, well, good job. It's like, good Lord.
What are you guys doing bunting for?
Why are you bunting? It's like, well, we made it work.
Yeah.
It's so fucking hard to bunt with an aluminum bat. You shouldn't even bother. It's just,
my God.
It's terrible to try to bunt with an aluminum bat. All right, since we're telling Little League stories, I think I've told this one on one of these many podcasts, but it's one of my favorite stories, and it's about my dad got mad at this too. He kind of had a reason for this one. So we're playing a game. We had playing a makeup game at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm batting, and I get hit with a pitch. You hit in the leg, and I take my bat and I throw it. I start going, and the ump goes, no, get back. You didn't try to get out of the way. And I'm looking at him like, what? I'm like. I don't want to get hit. So, yes, I was trying to get out of the way. And he's like, you got to get back in there. It's just a ball. I'm like, okay, fine. Next pitch, I get a double. So I'm standing on second base, and I know the pitcher. And I yell to the pitcher. I was like, hey, Riggs. I go, if the ump hadn't blown that call, I'd only be on first base. And the ump threw me out.
Oh, get the hell.
Standing on second base.
Oh, my God.
So I get thrown out of the game. Because I yelled it loud enough for everybody to hear. And so I come trudging off the field. Dad's not very happy with me. So this is the best part of the story, though. The reason we had to play the makeup games in the morning was it was the All-Star game was after that. And I was in that. And we had the same ump. So I
Oh,
came up to
jeez.
bat for my first at bat in the All-Star game, and I looked at him and I was thinking, like, I shouldn't say anything smart. And I go, if I get hit, I'm trying to get out of the way. And
did
he chuckled. He didn't laugh. He chuckled. And I got away with
Okay.
it. But I'm like,
Oh.
I said it and thought, oh, it'd be great if I got tossed from the first inning of the All-Star game. I think Dad would have killed me.
Before your first at bat.
Yeah.
So I was like 12 at the time. I've always been like this, apparently.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
By the way,
I will say
Ryan
that was
sorry, just
Ryan
wanted to
Hoover.
interject here. Ryan Hoover still 4th all time in 3-point field goal percentage in Notre Dame history.
I remember we thought he was like, so he went to a different school than we did, and then eventually he moved. His dad had been the basketball coach at Dakota High School, where Ryan would have gone, and his dad took a job at Hananiga High School in Roscoe, which is home to like Danica Patrick and Nicole Mansky, and but anyway, he went there to play basketball. He wanted him to go to a bigger school so he could get, and it worked. Obviously, he got a scholarship in Notre Dame. He also was he played football until he was a senior, and he was a really good player, but he got Division I offers as a punter because he could punt the ball just a ridiculous amount of way. Anyway, John McLeod was the basketball coach of Notre Dame and offered him a scholarship and told him he could only have the scholarship if he promised he wouldn't play football as a senior. He was ready to get hurt, so he didn't play football as a senior. Anyway, Ryan was playing shortstop, and we're taking infield, and we're just amazed at like how quick his hand, how quickly the ball would. He wouldn't actually catch the ball. He would trap the ball against the outside of his glove and then just throw it. So he didn't have to reach into the glove.
Huh.
And I know it's a thing. I mean, he got taught to do that. We looked at him like he was an alien. Like, oh my God, how do you do that? He's like, well, you just practice it and you can do it. So for like the next hour, just balls going all over, and the coach is pulling his hair. I was like, why can't anybody catch? Like, we're practicing and Ryan's like, you're only supposed to do it on throws, morons.
Right.
We were like trying to feel grounders and trap it against our gloves. And you can kind of see the look on his face, like, why is it that Dad wants me to play on this little league team instead of the one closer to home? But anyway.
Oh man.
Oh, that's funny.
I
will say, sorry, really quick, just because I'm thinking about it. I did think that it was a pretty cool story. I think it was Joe Davis who told about it, Eduardo Rodriguez, about how he was a natural righty, but he broke his arm when he was a kid, and so he just taught himself how to pitch lefty.
It's reverse Javi Baez.
That was,
although I don't think there was an arm break there.
I wish I could remember it now. There was somebody in this tournament he told that story about, and they only did it because they wanted to. Like Billy Wagner is right-handed, and he broke his arm as a kid, and he had to learn how to throw left-handed so he could play that season.
Oh, wow.
And they ended up, 100 miles an hour left-handed.
And you also last forever if you're left-handed. So,
yeah, I didn't catch that story, but there was somebody, or he told it in an earlier game, who just did it because they just wanted to. They just decided they were going to be left-handed, and they were, which is just astounding to me. I mean, I shouldn't be astounding to me. I mean, you just heard about all my left-handed prowess. All right. Well, that's Little League. So we had orthodontic talk, and then we had Little League talk. I need to call Pat Benkowski. So for a while, and I can't call Pat, but I need to call he had an orthodontic sponsor. On the Sports Spotlight, and I should find that guy and see if he wants to. I'm sure he's long ago lost his license, but
lost his license.
If he wants to sponsor a segment. It's funny. I think only a few people have noticed that Pat is a permanent part of the podcast. Did you realize that?
I did not. Is he?
I've come to
Pat
realize
Pat introduces the sponsors at the beginning of the Lansing Floral and who else?
Yeah. Okay.
Something far south on Kedzie. Yeah,
that's Pat. Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. my little tribute to Pat. So anyway, so spring training is winding down. The Cubs are going to leave camp on Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They finished the Cactus League. They're not going to win the Cactus League, I don't think.
It's a very disappointing spring.
Yeah. Cactus League season ends on Sunday, and then the Yankees come to Sloan Park for 2 days. Just because. And then the Cubs
The
are
Yankees
up,
open in
come
Arizona or
home.
something?
We decided they're going to San Francisco, right, to play the Giants.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah,
So
because
on their way
they open the season on the Wednesday before the rest of the league does.
Oh, that's
Them,
right.
the
Okay, yeah,
Giants
you did
do,
say
yeah.
that. So I must have been making my dinner.
Oh, that's right.
when guys
You
talked
were.
about it.
We tried to get Oleg to do a cooking segment, but he passed.
Yeah. Would have liked to know this chili recipe.
Well, and that's how we found out we looked up the Netflix announcing team for the opening.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Which is Matt Vasgersian, who I know some people don't like. Matt, I do. And I think
I like Matt Vasgersian.
I have an affection for him for two things. Number one, I always remember the Javi Baez, his call of the Javi Baez homer.
Yep.
It's in the basket. He, like everybody else in Javi, thought Javi had hit that ball into the lake.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Down
it
to like
landed
Gracie,
just
basically.
above Angel Pagan in the basket.
Yeah, he hit the shit out of that ball.
But also when Vasgersian was announcing for the Padres, he had to do an on-air apology during a Cardinals game because the day before he made fun of Cardinal fans for all driving Camaros.
Oh, God. And he had to apologize for that?
Yeah, he
What
had to apologize for offending Cardinal fans. I would have been like, no, you can't afford Camaros. I don't know what you're driving. But the game announcer will be Matt Vasgersian. The analysts are CC Sabathia and Hunter Pence.
Okay.
Hunter does some Giants games. He's pretty good. I'm sure awkward. You just can't see him being awkward. He's the most
I was going to say, everything
most
Hunter
awkward
Pence
good
does
baseball
is
player
awkward.
who's ever played.
Yes.
And the studio host is El Duncan. And the
Okay.
analysts are Albert Pujols and one Anthony Rizzo.
Oh,
Hey, there we
who's
go.
El Duncan?
I was going to say, I'm not familiar with El Duncan's work.
She was on ESPN for a long time.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
On-field reporter is Lauren Shahadi,
Okay.
I know her.
That's
Okay.
best looking
MLB Network,
42-year-old in the
Yep.
world. And there's special guest Bert Kreischer for God knows why. We'll see
Listen,
what
if they-
happens.
If they needed a heavy
It's
set
gonna-
bearded guy to take his shirt off, they could have hired me.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. You work for
Seriously.
tell him you'll work for half of what Bert's getting.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hell, I'll be Praz's manager, and I'll tell him he'll work for a tenth of what Bert's making. But still, I'll be rich.
You're gonna undercut your own client?
Yeah. What the hell, Oleg?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Is that
I
how
want
that
to get the
works?
job. I got to get paid.
The other day, Cade Horton pitched like 3 1/3 innings, something like that, and got 21 swings and misses,
Yeah. I wait.
which
they
was
said
amazing until
Shōta. Oh.
Shōta in his next start in 4 1/3 got what is believed to be a Cactus League record, 25 swings and misses.
How many pitches did he throw? 70?
So he's
75?
fixed.
26.
Craig did
The
not
other
want
one's
to
a homer.
chance it.
1 homer and 25 swings and misses.
Right.
That was against the Los Angeles Angels. And somebody,
Okay.
I don't remember who it was. Somebody tweeted that, or they had this post. They had this whole thing about how they should map out Shōta's starts so that he could avoid the Angels, because the Angels, what was it? The Angels hit the 5th most homers in baseball last year.
Is that right?
Yes, that
And,
is
you know,
correct.
and we know Shōta enjoys one of his hobbies. He likes going to Dunkin' Donuts and he likes giving up homers. But Patrick Mooney was quick to point out that the lineup he faced is basically the Angels' regular lineup.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, but they are missing. They do not have. They had 225 homers last year. They're missing at least 45 of those. Taylor Ward is gone. He's now an Oriole.
That's right.
And Luis Rengifo, who hit
Oh,
9,
Brewer. Yeah.
is a Brewer. So take that
Well,
for whatever you want.
Did Zach Nato play? I thought he may have been hurt. Maybe not. I could be wrong.
Well, and
Well, that's another like 26, right?
Yeah.
So it seemed pretty safe to me.
I could be wrong about that, but yeah,
let
it's
Shōta
still,
cook.
Whatever.
Do we know the rotation?
well,
We
we
know
know
Matt Boyd is pitching the opener.
right.
Mhm.
Matt Boyd opening.
Does
day.
it go Boyd, Horton,
I would assume Cabrera.
Shōta?
No,
Yeah,
we're on
Shōta?
Cabrera.
Well, I wonder if are they splitting the lefties?
Oh, like go lefty, righty, lefty,
Does it
righty.
so? Does it go
Yeah,
Boyd,
okay.
Cabrera? Actually, there is a way to figure it out. Craig said they're in the order right now. They're
Oh,
in the order that they're gonna.
Well, Cabrera pitched
A
today.
smart guy would have looked that up, but he didn't. There's no smart guy here, so I didn't look that up.
Well, okay, Cabrera did pitch today. It was Shōta yesterday,
Okay,
Horton the day before. So
yeah, so it must be Boyd, Cade,
Or
yeah,
Ed,
Shōta.
Shōta,
Mr. Ed.
Cabrera.
I've decided that's his nickname.
Mr.
Mr.
Ed.
Ed.
Yes, that's a fantastic
Yeah.
nickname.
Oh, that's the other thing that's the other story I wanted to tell because I heard you talk about Mr. Ed. When I was in high school, we had a TV station and a radio station, so I took broadcasting class. And one of the assignments for broadcasting class was to do a parody of something, of a show, a movie, something. So my idea was to, instead of doing a talking horse called Mr. Ed, was to do a talking corpse called
Oh,
Mr. Dead.
that's pretty good.
That's very good. Nice.
I had the song made up too. A corpse is a corpse, of course. No one can talk
Yeah.
to a corpse, of course. Unless the corpse, of course, is the famous Mr. Dead.
The listening audience won't be able to appreciate this. My late father, his name was Ed, and as his contact picture, I had Mr. Ed.
Mr.
Oh,
Ed.
there you go.
Yeah, listed there.
Well, is Dave?
I would jokingly always call him Mr. Ed the talking ass.
As our national baseball expert David Brown pointed out on the pod last week, Mr. Ed pitched for the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's
true,
right.
yeah.
So it's a perfect nickname for.
Yeah.
So that part was on. It's like this podcast. Sometimes I don't remember what we talked about on and what we didn't talk about. So I actually took time on the podcast. That's when I was looking up what the Spanish word for stallion was. And we found out.
That's right. Yeah.
It's Semental, and it's like I don't think we can use that one.
That's right.
And then the fifth starter will be Jameson Taillon, and I urge Craig to skip the fifth starter all year. Not just the beginning of the season. Just skip the whole thing.
Once Steele
Let's just not
comes
use
back,
one until Justin Steele gets back, and then
Right.
then we can. It'll be fine.
Right.
I'm sure
Right.
he's just like we said. He's working on stuff. He's working on how he wants to see how far people can hit balls off of him, and these are going great.
Yeah, if that's the goal.
I guess the encouraging thing with Taillon, though, is he did look pretty good in the games that mattered when he was pitching for Team Canada.
But he pitched once, right, against Panama.
Yeah.
Amaya's probably catching him now in the spring. Goes, where was this stuff when you were facing?
Yeah.
Were facing us?
Yeah, where were these meatballs
Sure,
for me
now
when I was
now
hitting?
you throw
Yeah.
82 miles an hour. Yeah, I'll tell you a guy who had a really good World Baseball Classic was the great Owen Casey.
He did.
Yep.
Like, he was really good. He had like a 1,500 OPS. He was throwing guys out. He was playing left field. He'll be playing right for the Marlins because they have the great Kyle Stowers wandering around in left field. Another terrible trade by Jet. Because I think you guys all know how I just think Owen's gonna be a star. Oh, that's right. I think I would have traded him 2 years ago if I had the chance.
Yeah. You
They don't let me trade people.
you would have never traded for him in the first place.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Traded one of my all-time favorite Cubs.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got so attached to you in like 2.5 seasons. I guess if you count the pandemic as a half season.
Well, because I always like
And he was terrible the first year.
I was going to say,
Awful.
in
he was
reality,
terrible,
it's
but-
2 seasons between 2018 being abbreviated and 2020.
I'll say this. I don't know what
I
it
love that
is, but I automatically like my favorite player is always like the Japanese player on the Cubs. Like Seiya is by far my favorite ball player. Kosuke was probably my favorite ball player when he was around.
Munenori Kawasaki was your favorite player on the 2016 Cubs.
I mean, what's not to love about him?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like
It's amazing how when you watch like I haven't done my annual rewatch of the World Series film yet, but how much he shows up in it.
does
For
he?
a guy who played like 8 games for the Cubs, he's always in it. Like if there's a camera, there's Munenori. Hey!
Yeah.
I was
That
going
was
to
his job. He was the mascot basically for the playoffs.
He
It
was
fun as
there.
shit, man. That guy was great.
recently I went back and looked at and watched the 2016 home opener. He played in that game.
Yeah.
He was like, came in for defense at third base, like for the 9th inning, I want to say. Which
I think
wouldn't have thought
like,
he would be there
like
that
active,
early in the year.
He was like active for 3 different
periods
stints during that season.
Well, it makes sense in September when the rosters expand.
Yeah, he started. He was one of the hangover starters who started the game that they needed when they had already clinched the night before. But it's the Miggy hit the grand slam to beat the Brewers or whatever it was, so that they could actually celebrate.
That's right.
And I was looking at the box score to see who was playing, and Munenori was playing in that game. So.
Nice.
Forgot what I was going to say. Something about I don't think it was about Casey. I forget. I'm sure it was very astute. Whatever I was about to say.
Something about a Japanese player since Seiya hurt himself. I don't know.
No, because that came from I wouldn't have traded for him. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess their roster decisions are basically down to like 2 bullpen guys and 2 outfielders.
If Seiya doesn't have to start on the IL. Then...
Right. I was just going to bring this up. Will Seiya start on the IL or not?
Right. So that's kind of the big thing, but whatever. Like, it seems like if...
Oh, that would be great, because then they could keep Conforto and Dylan Carlson and Chas McCormick. Oh, it's like a dream team. You could then, because 2 of them might make the team anyway. And then the other Chaz could make it in Seiya's spot.
That would be so hilarious after they opened the season last year with 4 total outfielders on their roster, one of them being Seiya at DH. And now their entire bench is their backup catcher and an outfielder, and all outfielders after that.
Yeah, because their bench right now would be whichever catcher doesn't start.
Yeah.
Right. Matt Shaw.
Oh, Matt Shaw, they still got him. Yeah,
and then there is the great Tyler Austin is no more.
Yeah, he's gone. So the 2 outfielders.
So the Athletic is acting like Conforto was already on this team. I don't understand it. He's terrible. He's awful. Whatever. And then and then it looks like, unless they go find somebody, it looks like Dylan Carlson has probably won the whatever.
Yeah.
The booby prize for that. But then if Seiya's on the injured list, then you got another spot. So.
Right.
Well, I would like to think that if Seiya goes to the injured list, then they keep Kevin Alcantara just to give him at-bats and just to give him major league.
Right. Because
the reason why they're not keeping him is they want him to get at-bats. And they don't want
the feeling they're going to just jack around and play Shaw and right. It's like, really? I mean.
Yeah. Like, it's a great opportunity. It's actually really is probably a really good opportunity to get
Kevin
Alcantara some major league playing time.
You have to make a decision on him sometime this year, because this is it for option.
This is his last option.
4th.
Oh,
they gotta I don't know how you do you fill out the form in triplicate and you get a 4th option for some guys. He gets one.
Yeah.
So this is it. Like, they can't next year. You can't send him down.
Right.
He either makes the team or not. So at some point during the season, they need to decide whether they think he's really part of this or not.
Yeah. Well, that's the one positive.
Unless
thing.
You play him, how are you ever going to know?
Yeah.
True.
And that's the one positive thing that I will say that gives me hope that they don't re-sign Happ, is that they're going to go cheaper and just put Alcantara out there.
I mean, I would re-sign Happ. I'd give him anything he wants. I love that guy. One of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody keeps talking about, I shouldn't say everybody, but you see a lot about, are they going to re-sign Happ? Are they going to re-sign Happ? How about, Seiya is the guy they should actually keep.
Yes.
Right. 100%.
How come we don't hear about that?
Correct.
I don't understand that. Like, that would be of anybody you could give an extension to right now, that would be my priority.
Just give him 4 years, $80 million bucks. And let's go.
Not to
32.
Spoil what we're going to do next week, but Seiya, we'll see what it's like with this injury now, but going into this spring, he was like one of the guys I was most excited to see, because the rules are adjusting to him now with ABS coming into play, that all those balls that are out of the zone that he gets called strikes on, he can challenge him now. So
I just think he's their best hitter.
Him or Bush. One or
Oh,
two.
I know who their best hitter is. Moises Ballesteros.
Oh, well, yeah, that guy's
You
fucking
may
amazing.
wind up being right on that.
Yeah, I really
He's
do.
got
I
like a
mean,
129.
until he does it over, but I can't. You never see anything that makes you think that he can't hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this now that we're on the subject of Moises and kind of tying into ABS. So, like, the rules are kind of coming back into favor for him to potentially catch now. What, like, if we had to put a number on it, how many games do you think he winds up catching this season?
We're assuming health for
Right.
I don't think that many then, because I think they've got two good catchers, right?
But okay,
and I think
we're assuming health for Moises Ballesteros. We don't necessarily have to assume health for Miguel Amaya.
I was actually assuming health for Miggy, the guy who you can't ever assume it, because I thought that was the exercise, right? He's the third catcher all year. How many starts does he get? Was that the idea? Or
how many starts or how many games does he catch?
Either or.
It's going to be tough. The more he DHs, it kind of takes you out of.
Yeah, being
late in the game, you could put him in, and you're going to lose the DH, but it shouldn't matter
if it's top or bottom of the ninth. Who cares?
If David Ross was still a manager, he'd do it all the time. He'd love to lose the DH.
I will put the over under at 10.5.
Let me just take a look at how many games did Miguel Amaya play last year. Like, even with the injury and everything.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe 40, 45. That sounds
28 only.
28 games last year? That's it?
28 games. But you got to remember.
It makes sense because he came back for one
game. Yeah, that's right.
And the time that he was healthy for coincided with the only good time that Carson Kelly was good.
Carson Kelly going nuts.
Right. Exactly. I don't know. I'd probably say about like 25 games.
I kind of feel like that
5
will cut into Moises's. Like Miguel needs to catch.
Miguel does need to catch.
True.
So I kind of think that you don't really want to be giving away any of his to just have Moises catch that day.
Miguel's a really good. Like, I think they got to get.
He should be there. He should be their regular catcher. Like Kelly should be right. And I think that's what they thought was going to happen last year. And I think obviously it would have at some point. Like the Carson Kelly, he hit for like 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, it was starting to happen when Miguel got hurt.
Yes, because he's a better
player.
He's a better player.
Yeah,
Carson's perfectly fine, right? Like he's a guy. It's a nice guy to have on your team.
Yeah,
but you don't want him, and then I certainly don't want him batting cleanup like he did.
And I think part of it is that you want Miguel's bat in the lineup, and I do think that there'll be opportunities for Miguel to DH, and then maybe they put Ballesteros behind the plate on some of those days.
But Praz's original point, he brings up a good question, which is now that you can, will the existence of the ABS system make framing less valuable? Right?
Yes,
that's basically what we're asking.
Yeah. And I'll take it a step further.
I think it does to a point.
Yeah.
I think when they inevitably get to every pitch is called by then framing doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, that's what
exactly.
I do think there is still an advantage to having a guy back there who doesn't move around a lot when he receives pitches, because I think a batter reacts to two things. I think they react to but also if you're a batter and you can either kind of sense or even kind of catch out of your eye that catcher had to move that ball, you're more likely to use one of your challenges.
Yeah.
And so I think, although you could also argue this, you could argue that maybe that's an advantage.
Yes.
If he's over there moving around, they're like, oh shit, that was it. But you also only get
two.
There's only two.
Yeah.
So it's probably not worth it.
Right.
The Cubs seem to think, and this could all be bullshit, the Cubs seem to think that he's made a pretty dramatic improvement from last year to this year as far as catches. Like they've been like impressed
as far as framing or
with
just
him with just his overall catching.
Yeah.
Council basically said we feel more comfortable this year if we have to have him catch than we did at any point last year.
Good. Okay.
Which is important considering he just didn't. I mean, how many games did he catch for him last year? He caught the last day. Did he catch I mean, he came into games.
Total games
a
caught
couple of times.
He started
It was in hand.
26, eventually got into one more, so 27 overall.
Catching?
Yeah.
He didn't catch 27 games. Ballesteros?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Amaya.
No, Ballesteros.
Yeah, Ballesteros. I'm like, there's no way Ballesteros caught 27 games last year. What's it called? The point though is you make a good point in that when they go to like every pitch being, I don't know.
Then it's
then framing, and I think framing is stupid anyway. Like it's cheating. It's like framing is stupid. So I
just
do
another
think
reason to hate Yadier Molina.
Well, there's some of that as far as I think you're right from a as long as you only get 2 challenges, like as long as you keep being right, then framing may matter. But it's almost like, I think you made a great point about if you're really bad at framing, then you may get away with more stuff.
Yeah.
Because
it's going to feel to the batter like.
Yeah.
Although also, that also can work the other way. If you're bad at it, your pitcher could be like, "Oh shit, you pulled that out of the zone," and he challenges it, and it turns out it wasn't.
I don't think
so. You could fuck it up either way, I guess.
I think most teams, from what I understand, most teams aren't letting their pitchers challenge.
Yeah, it's usually catcher.
It's the catcher challenging.
I know there are some teams that have certain pitchers they will not allow to challenge.
Right,
There's
right.
some temperaments are like, no, you don't get to do it because
Right.
you'll blow them.
Yes.
Our challenges will be gone in the top of the first because you will have blown them already.
The one Yankees guy.
Didn't Ballesteros in his first game he caught in the spring have 3 successful challenges as a catcher? I think 2 on back-to-back pitches. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine catchers. I would imagine would be that's the big advantage for them about catcher because they see where the ball.
Right.
Like that's a big advantage. I think, like I said, I think the challenge system is going to work almost in the opposite way that you want it to because I don't know that it's going to help. Like a hitter can't. Like if it's just a hitter who can challenge, like you're looking at the ball, and I know that you can tell whether it's a strike or not, but that's not like you don't have that good of a view to tell if the ball crossed the plate or not. Like like whether you can hit the ball, but I don't like. Every pitch should just be like any close pitch, just automatically go upstairs and go, all right, is this a strike? It takes a second. Who cares?
There was one. I don't remember.
Only caught the one game.
Okay.
The last game of the year.
There was a pitch this week, maybe in the Dodger game, where it was called a ball. It was called a ball, and the catcher challenged and. On the other crowd even went like, oh, when they saw, so they bring the thing up and it was like it was basically middle, and the ump missed it. And the crowd was even like, oh, how do you fuck that up? And the ump's like, oh, whoops. Well, it's spring training for us too. Oh.
I mean, it's fine. Like the umpire, like that's the thing. The umpire is just human beings. Like I get the ego about like wanting to do the job. It's like, it's not, you don't have to. Like, you just don't have to do it.
Now that we're in the era of umpires having to make an official announcement on every review like that, they should have to have a public apology to the crowd like that when they screw up that badly. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter that you screw it. It just doesn't matter because you can fix it. Like, it just doesn't
one of the things they talk about, it happens a lot where an ump will miss a pitch.
Yeah.
And he will actually tell either the catcher or the batter, whoever he screwed. He'd be like, oh, my bad. I missed that.
Yeah.
Why don't they have one umpire challenge a game?
You're like,
where the guy's like, fuck it, I blew that. And he literally is like, I think I missed it.
Yeah. But why only one? Then you could just do it on every pitch. Like, why would you only give one to the umpires?
Well, the idea would be like this. Supposedly, it doesn't happen very often, right?
Yeah.
When they miss one, then they know they missed it. And they could just be like, "Oh, my bad. We got to look at that."
Yeah. As soon as they tell, but like to your point though, as soon as they tell either the catcher or the hitter, then they'll just challenge.
Yeah, I have
like,
often
hey, sorry, catch, I missed it, and then.
Well, what if that team's out?
What do you mean?
What if they're out challenges?
Out of challenges. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's like, oh, I missed it. I'm like, oh, well, whoops.
Yeah, tough shit. Yeah,
right.
Tough shit. You lose.
I mean, the whole thing, like I said, every pitch just be an automatic, like, is it a strike or not? Like, just go. Like, if it only probably happens to 15 pitches a game anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
I
It's
have
just like
often
the
thought,
NFL
too.
thing. You can replay some things. Why don't you replay everything?
Right. We play everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was like for like 10 years in a row. Bill Belichick every year at the owners' meetings or the coaches' meetings or whatever, and when they can propose rule changes, every time it was make everything challengeable. He did
Yeah.
it every time.
Yeah.
It would never get brought up for a vote. And it's just like, if you can, why would you not want to fix
Yeah.
whatever it was?
That's my
Right.
that's my point with the ball strike with the ABS.
Yep.
It's like you have the technology, just
Now,
do
and
it.
they're very clearly baby stepping their way to that.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you just do it then?
Just do it.
Why
yeah.
are we doing this? You know,
'Cause
why
like I
is it
said, I think-
okay to get some right? The thing that really bothers me, I don't understand the idea behind it, is they're no longer during broadcasts going to show you where the pitch was. They're still going to draw the strike zone, but they're
Yeah.
not, now you get like the little dot that shows whether it was a strike or not. It shows you how many miles an hour and what pitch it was.
Mhm.
They're not going to do that anymore. And they claim it's because they don't want teams having somebody like monitor the game like in the clubhouse
Yeah. So what?
and be able to do it.
Ah,
And it's like, okay, number one, everything's already on a fucking delay.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's already
it's-
encrypted.
so
yeah.
there's not, and they only get 2 seconds to do it.
yeah.
So that doesn't make any sense. So you're just going to you're going to take something away from the viewers
Yeah.
for what? For no reason.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, so what if a team sees it on the broadcast and
It's true.
challenges?
It's
the
either
call?
wrong or it's not.
Right. Like that's the point. Like,
Mhm.
so what? Like, you get the call right and don't worry about everything else. Like, just get the call right. And that's sort of the why goes back to why I only have 2 challenges. Why I have challenges at all? Just do it all the time.
Yeah.
Just do it. Who cares? Like, you just get the game right. That's it.
Yep.
And why 2 challenge? Like, that's got to be so frustrating. If even what they should do is just have unlimited challenges. But if you lose, you just get an extra strike, or I don't know, maybe that's too harsh of a punishment.
That might be worse. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. It's like you figure out a way. Like, it's not going to slow the game down because it happens automatically. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. I mean, it's so fast
Yeah,
that it's actually kind of a cool, everybody turns and looks at
Yeah.
the scoreboard, and it's a nice little presentation, and yeah, it adds to the game. It doesn't take away from it. I hear
Yeah.
people going, well, they're trying to shave off however many seconds out of every having. Now they're going to waste all this time. It's like, it doesn't take very long,
doesn't take
and this
long.
is important,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
It's like they're
Get
not.
it right. Not only
What
that, but
what they cut out of the game was the guy standing outside the batter's box scratching his nuts for
Yeah.
30 seconds. That's not what this is.
right.
Yeah. And in fact, what I would argue is it would actually save more time because I don't have to wait the 2 seconds or whatever it takes for somebody to actually challenge. Right. Like I know they'd probably do it right away, but you cut that time out. Now you just go right to the ABS system.
Yeah.
I-
Who are they
I
saying?
think that's what the S stands for.
Somebody does it automatically. The Korean baseball league, maybe.
Yeah.
Every
Well,
pitch is called by the
Yeah.
system or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't have to be
And
every
all
pitch.
they do is the umpire immediately gets a signal,
Yeah.
ball or strike.
Yeah.
right.
So there's no challenges.
Yeah.
It's just normal. You just
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
If you didn't know they were doing it, you wouldn't know they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because the ump
And
still
the other
makes
thing- and it doesn't have to be
the
every-
ball and strike calls
Yeah.
like always, but he's being told what they
Yeah.
are instead of
Whatever. That's great. You got the calls right. Works for me. Let's
Yep.
go.
Well, you know what team will get screwed on either not having a challenge or they would have won, but it'll be the Cubs. That'll be the team that.
And somehow I feel like the Cardinals, it's going to come to their advantage somehow. Like they'll be out of challenges. They just give them the next one just for the hell of them.
How much of a advantage can it be for a team as devoid of talent as they are now?
They get an extra challenge just for having Yachty in their.
I have my prediction about the Cardinals is that they'll have a good record for an annoyingly long amount of time during the season.
Like last
Yeah.
And
year.
everybody be
yeah.
like, look at this gritty little Cardinal team. And they'll
Yeah.
eventually run. They suck. So they eventually will start to lose. But I just have a hunch we're going to have to put up with 3 months of national baseball people telling us, oh, look at this. Look how gritty the little Cardinals are.
Yeah,
It's like,
I will
fuck
say
off.
this. I think that I actually feel the opposite. Like I actually finally think that
They're just gonna be
they're
terrible?
easily one of the 5 worst teams in the league this year.
Oh, I know they're terrible. I'm just saying, I think it's one of those
Yeah.
the Pirates would do that once in a while, right? Where they'd you'd look up and it's May It's like the middle of May,
Right.
and they're like
2023
5 over
they did that.
somehow, and they're like they've been outscored by like 60 runs, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then they lose 12 in a row,
Yep.
and it's like, oh, that's what was going on. Well, you don't think the great J.J. Weatherholt can carry them to greatness?
Hey. Let's play off JJ Weatherholt, all right?
It must be one of yours.
Yeah, let's hold off.
Jeez.
Oh, I gotta look. What's Jordan Walker hitting this spring? Apparently, he's been so terrible that they're like, oh no,
Oh, man.
oh no. It's like
Yeah.
my friend Brady voice.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
trying to
wanna
think
look
of
up
like
the fuck.
of the familiar names I know with the Cardinals. Who's left? It's literally just like Newt Bar, Burleson, Walker.
I will
I'll
tell you,
Yeah.
one guy that I would like to, and I will never get him from the Cardinals. I have to give him someone else. I would like to have Lars Nootbaar as an extra outfielder on my team. I think he's a nice player. I don't think he's he'd
Sure.
be a serviceable guy if you had to play somebody for like a month. I like
Yeah.
Lars, and he's got a fucked up name, which I like. Jordan Walker so far in the Grapefruit League. In 11 games, he's batted 34 times. He has struck out 13 of those with 2 walks.
That's not bad for him.
He's hitting 176 with a 222 on base and a 176 slug.
Hell yeah.
Poor guy. I do feel bad
176.
sometimes for prospects that are like hyped and they just can't figure out the majors.
The Cardinals could have had Ed Howard.
Yeah.
But they took Jordan Walker instead. Actually, he was
Oh.
picked after. Let's see, Cade Cavalli went right after him.
Yeah.
Tyler
He's the opening
Soderstrom,
day
Bobby
starter for the
Miller.
Nash.
Drafted right in front of him. 2 guys in front of him was Petecrow.
Oh. Could you imagine how?
Pete on the Cardinals.
Oh God,
I don't want to think about it.
I don't want to think about it
No.
either.
Yeah.
We'll never have to.
He
Well,
would be one of those
shouldn't
Cardinals
say
that
never.
like, would just annoy the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It is funny watching the World Baseball Classic. I was like, Pete, I don't know, pride is an odd, but I just watched him in the fact he played so well. It was just like a little extra, like all that. And
Yeah, it's great.
Palencia. It was like,
Yeah.
you felt like, these were our boys.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
this.
no, yeah,
Brave.
yeah. There's something to be said for that. I'm with you.
Pete
It's fun. It's
also very under it for a Team USA team that got rightly criticized for a lack of swag. If you go back and watch the 3-run homer Pete hit against the Italians, he basically carried his bat about 2/3 of the way up the first baseline with it held up over his head as he watched the ball go, and he just kind of tossed it straight up. It was really cool.
I bet he got yelled at for it.
Probably. What's that hairy high school shit? We don't do that here. What, win?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean that.
Yeah, right.
he would have fit in so well on either the Dominican or Venezuelan
He
team.
should have demanded a trade. That's why I joked that he's probably halfway through the tournament. He called his mom. He's like, "Do we have any aunts or uncles that live in Santo Domingo?"
Yeah. Do we have any Italian heritage?
So
I used
I'm going to try to get a group of investors together, and we are going to pump some money into whatever the Republic of Ireland's national team is,
Oh,
because I'm bringing them to the 2029 World Baseball Classic.
okay.
And our center fielder is going to be Pete Crow, because I guarantee you Ashley Crow, his mom, is Irish. So that's my first recruit. I'm going to be the Francisco Cervelli of Irish baseball. And we are going to have, when guys hit home
There we
runs and we chug Guinness and whiskey in the dugout and then stagger hammered onto the field for the next half inning.
Yes.
You think people like the Italian team? Wait until they get a look at the Ireland team. So if Ned Coletti went to NIU and he was the GM of the Italian team, I went to NIU.
Yeah,
I can be the GM of the Republic of Ireland.
I like it. You think Logan O'Hoppe is Irish?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I might even try to invest some money into the basketball team and see if we can get Shaquille O'Neal, who has to be the
there you go.
greatest Irish athlete of all
Yeah.
time,
Probably. Yeah.
to come out of retirement and play.
Yeah. Jermaine O'Neal, you
Cool,
doing
cool.
anything?
I did Jermaine O'Neal. Odell Beckham.
Odell. Yep.
O'' Del.
Yeah. It was kind of all weekend. My buddy Eric was was telling everybody that I was Irish.
Leg.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Last St. Patrick's Day, I do ride share, and I had a ride on St. Patrick's Day that took me down to far south side of Chicago, the area known as O Block. And after dropping that ride off, I took a picture and posted on my Instagram story, and I said, there's no better place to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Chicago than O Block.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Well, wait till I write up the topics for this show.
Ooh, good luck.
Right?
A little something for everybody.
It was almost as good as the 45-minute sojourn we took into ber mitzvahs and weddings.
Yeah, it's been very similar. Yeah.
Finally, I could be part of one of those.
We talked about teeth. Oh man! One of these days we'll actually do a Cubs podcast. By when the season starts,
I got to play some real games first.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff to talk about. I feel bad for Dusty Baker and Jock Jones and Team Nicaragua. They didn't make it out of the pool.
Those poor souls.
Do you think that if the German team ever had a baseball team in the World Baseball Classic, that Otto Lopez would play for them?
Could be. Well, they probably would have a lot of Argentinians.
Good point. Yeah.
Just like Venezuela. How did they get all these Italians? They all moved there right after World War II. What?
Sorry. Well, that was the funny thing. So get this. So they were talking about Francisco Cervelli and how his family moved down to wherever it was, wherever he was actually born, Brazil, I think it was. And it goes, yeah, the family moved there right after, in the 1950s. I'm like, I wonder what possessed them to move from Italy to South America.
Well, he moved.
Venezuela is where he was born. Yeah.
Oh, was it Venezuela? Okay, maybe. Yeah.
One of the things Joe Davis, it's like Joe looked up like 4 facts and he repeated the same ones at every broadcast. If we heard that Venezuela meant Little Venice one more fucking time.
That's right. That's what it was. That's right.
And there was just like Adam Amin and AJ Przinsky and Adam Wainwright. When they found out that Michael Garcia was Ronald Acuna Jr.'s cousin, they must have brought that up 40 times in one game. And it's like,
just
imagine if Javi Baez and Jose Berrios were in this.
Yeah, holy cow!
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. That was the thing. Yesterday's game, as they kept talking about this little town in Dominican or in Venezuela that produced Acuna and Garcia, and obviously Acuna's got brothers who are gonna who are pretty good. But that was
one of them's a recovering switch hitter.
What the
Luis Angel.
Oh, right? Luis Angel. He's not switch hitting anymore.
One that Chris Getz thought said he was a switch hitter, and he's not.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, he's a switch hitter. He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, you were the one who traded for him. If I was him, I'd immediately said, "Hey, remember the time that Kenny Williams traded for the wrong guy from the Dodgers because they had the same name? Oh, that was worse than this. This isn't that bad."
Was that the Josh Fields trade?
No, it was a guy who wasn't.
That's hilarious.
It was like a multiplayer trade.
Yeah.
And like one of the last guys, Kenny was so fired up he couldn't believe that they got him. And somebody else in the front office was like, that's the same name. That's not the same guy. What?
Oh, jeez. That figures. Jeez. That figures. I guess the big White Sox news was that Ashiba bought some land down by in Broadview. Is that what it was? Where we saw by
Broadview? No,
it's
it's the space across the river from the 78 where the new Chicago Fire Stadium is going in.
Oh, the new Chicago Fire Stadium. That's why
there's some like rail yard there, I want to say. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Good for them. Maybe they'll buy the Northwest Indiana site.
Honestly, you know what? There's probably quite a few White Sox fans in Northwest Indiana, so
Oh, I bet. No, yeah,
that might not be
I
a
bet.
bad idea.
I would love for them to move across state lines. The further away they get away from me, the better.
In 2000, Kenny Williams made a trade for Class A right-hander John Barry. Oh, intended to trade for Class A right-hander John Barry, but accidentally acquired Jason Barry instead. Who's this guy? Are you did you bring your brother?
Yeah.
What? John. I don't know what John. Oh, shit, I did it again.
Wait, was it Jason Barry or the future Cub, Jason Beret?
No.
Oh.
That would have been funny if that's what he fucked up. I traded for Jason Beret. It's Barry. No, he pronounces it Beret. No, it's a different guy. What? Oh,
He pronounces it Beret.
I did it. I did it again. Like once a year, he trades for the wrong guy. Let's see. What was the full trade? Is it on here? I can't find. These guys didn't make it to the big leagues, so I don't have their transactions. Anyway.
Guess it didn't really matter in the
Wait.
long run that he didn't get John Barry.
No, it didn't. That's fine. The thing I always remember about Kenny and the 05 White Sox is before the season, he kept talking about how they built this team. We built a great team. So we're going to play a lot of small ball. We're going to move guys first to third. We're going to do all this. So I got my bullpen. I've just invested all this in a bullpen. And they win the World Series with a team that does nothing but hit homers and never uses the bullpen except for Bobby Jenks.
Yep.
So the team he built didn't do anything. He completely built the team wrong, and he somehow won the World Series. It was the real opposite George of real life. It was Kenny.
Oh, Kenny.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Many of us have herpes.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
It's fitting. It's got to be done with one of the best games of all time. Just unbelievable. I mean, got to congratulate the Dolan family.
Thank you. Sean, my podcast co-host Andy, you were his favorite player growing up.
Oh, thank you so much,
Awesome.